The cake knife was still in my hand when she rose. Her words cut through the laughter like a shard of glass. "My son," she announced, lifting the child as if he were a crown jewel, "is not just mine. He is your husband's son." The room fell silent. Even the baby stilled, as if sensing the weight of the accusation. Then she drove the second dagger home. "And as for inheritance," she added, brandishing a folder like a trophy, "I'll take half of your $800,000 house. His will says it clearly." I looked at her, my sister, my flesh and blood, while my husband's coffin still cooled in the ground. I pressed my lips together, tamping down the laughter that wanted to burst out. She had no idea what she'd walked into. I met my husband when I was 22. He felt like an anchor. Broad shoulders, steady eyes, a promise of forever in every sentence. He made me feel rare, valued. I married him because I believed him. My sister was always nearby, hovering, smiling too wide, laughing too long whenever he was around. I excused it as her way. She'd been reckless since childhood, collecting attention like air. Family forgives. I forgave the looks, the private laughter, the sudden silences when I entered a room. Trust is a blindfold you tie yourself. Started small. He began coming home late. His shirts carried a faint perfume that wasn't mine. He locked his phone and avoided my gaze. Once he came in disheveled, his collar damp with sweat. Ask nothing. I watched. Observation can be more powerful than interrogation. Then I found the message on his phone. Careless or arrogant, I don't know which. "Next time, don't leave the necklace." She almost saw it. The necklace. The same one I'd seen glinting on my sister's throat at our mother's birthday dinner. My heart cracked, but I didn't break. I didn't scream. I smiled because that night my mourning ended and my planning began. Most women crumble when betrayal is revealed. I sharpened. I became patient and deliberate. Every smile I gave him, every polite word I fed her, was another stitch in the net I was weaving. Quietly I met with lawyers. I learned things he assumed I didn't know. Offshore accounts, hidden debts, the ease with which a distracted man signs papers. I drafted a will with my attorney, slipped it among his documents with a casual kiss, and let him think he'd signed the same old forms. The version he believed in didn't give her half of anything. It tied every asset to me, solid and unassailable. I let them believe they were winning. There's a sweetness to revenge in the silence before the strike. He died of a sudden heart attack. I wore black and moved through ritual like a machine, my face carved from stone. People whispered about my strength, my devotion. My sister wept louder than I did, clinging to her child like a prop, performing the grieving sister who had lost a secret lover. Her act might have fooled everyone but me. At the graveside I watched her and understood something. Grief mixed with greed looks different. While the world expected my collapse, my breakdown, they got nothing. I leaned back in my chair and said softly, "Oh, I see." And I smiled because I alone knew what would come next. 2 weeks later she filed a claim, waiving a will at her lawyer and demanding half of everything. He read it once, then twice, his face went pale. "This isn't what you think," he said slowly. The document she held was a decoy, a draft she wasn't supposed to see. The notarized, witnessed will was locked away and plainly stated that every dollar, every brick of that house belonged to me. Her lawyer explained it like one explains to a child. Her hands trembled. She accused me of forgery, of trickery, but I remained composed, legs crossed, voice steady. "Be careful what you announce in public," I told her. "People might start asking why your son looks so much like my dead husband." That was the second layer of my plan. Not only the legal victory but social destruction. The rumor mill turned. Friends, family, neighbors, the way they looked at her shifted. Invitations stopped. Birthday photos became scandal fodder. She was no longer a proud mother. She was the woman who betrayed her sister and slept with her brother-in-law.